And let me introduce Debbie. Debbie Kaner Goldich is our international president. And we are delighted to have her join us today. So,
thank you, Wendy. So I just popped on to visit and to say hello and to thank you for coming to the board meeting today. I know Wendy has a big agenda, and I know that you're going to have a great presentation. I do believe that I know most of you. Some of you I don't, and it's nice to meet you. I am Debbie. I live in Philadelphia. Most of the year I'm there, and the winter I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona, so I'm all over. And as I was telling Wendy this when we got on, that I've done 5 events today. So last night I was with Sheila's Sisterhood in West Orange, New Jersey.
South Orange. South Orange.
What?
South Orange.
South Orange, sorry. South Orange. You know those oranges, they're like apples to me.
Exactly.
I was in West Orange, and this morning I was in Florida region, and then I was on Women's League Reads, and later today I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. So the best part about Zoom for me is that I get to visit everybody and tell you how wonderful it is that you're participating, that you participate in Women's League, and that we're glad to have your support and how much we really appreciate you know, special volunteers like Wendy and Sheila and Corinne. And that's really what makes our organization different. You know, you have some standout people in your region. I know Emily from Tour Fund Cabinet, and Dana, who's one of your past region presidents, is going to be vice chair of convention. Pretty big deal for program. Right. Susan Ben Rubin is your Tour Fund vice president. So I do know many of you, and I'm very, very happy to be with you. Wendy, just tell me when you want me to stop filling in.
I'm done. I just sent
Okay. So again, I just wanted to say hello and come and visit and chat. And I am going on now with Atlanta, but it's lovely to be with you. And thank you for all you do for Women's League.
Thank you, Debbie.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Debbie.
So it is almost 12:08. I'm hoping Sandy Eliezer is now on, but I'd like us to get started and not take up Sheila and Corinne's day. So Sheila Kaufman and Corinne are Women's League, Corinne Lipnick are Women's League, International Women's League board members who have taken on the challenge of teaching us the ins and outs of Zoom. And most of us are familiar with the basics of logging in and maybe running a meeting on it where you're just everybody together and we know to go from gallery view to speaker view, but there are many, many more aspects to Zoom and much more functionality. And they're going to talk to us about some of those. If anybody needs help with the basics, I will be happy to talk to them about that after Sheila and Corinne have finished.
Okay.
Sheila, you have the floor, and Corinne, jump in whenever you're supposed to.
I hope I know when that is.
All right, so let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm currently, as you heard from Debbie, I'm president of Miriam Sisterhood of Hope Shalom Congregation in South Orange. And we just celebrated our 140th anniversary yesterday. And so Debbie had come to us, so that's what she was talking about. I am also the current Judaica shop in my synagogue and the webmaster for Garden State Region. And now the international Zoom chair. So I'm married with 2 kids, and we're all working. My husband's the only one working in his office, and my daughter's on Zoom on our high school senior year. So we're all pretty busy, and I can't imagine if my husband was here how our internet connection would be. But anyway, so anyway, thank you, Wendy, for having Corinne and I today to give you guys some advanced training. Let me start off with a couple of Zoom moments. There's awkward, and then there's the Zoom meeting that is over, and you and the other person can't figure out how to leave the meeting. Awkward. Okay, how about this one? There was a husband working from home and just shouted to his wife in the living room, "I'm going into a video meeting." So she jokingly shouted back, "I guess I should put a shirt on." And then he finished the sentence, "They can hear you." Oops. So what can we learn from these? You got to pay attention, watch what you do and where, and listen. So I gave my family fair warning that we were going to be on Zoom today. So let's see what happens. So today, Wendy asked us to discuss some of the advanced Zoom's information. So we're going to talk about screen sharing, polling, which is voting, and breakout rooms. And since you know how to get on to Zoom and the basics won't be needed, and Wendy said that she can help you out and we can also help you at the end. So most of this will probably be, we'll try and do hands-on learning. So as far as screen sharing, what you want to do is make sure you have all your files open. So if you have a Word document, have that open. If you have a PDF, your video that you're sharing or want to share, have that all open. So this way, when you're ready to go on, just share the screen, it's easily accessible. So, and I had trouble last week. I was being the tech for our morning minyan, and my rabbi had made videos of the Torah reading, and the only thing that was coming across was the audio part. No one could see the video. So I kind of played around, and it worked out that it was best to be seen through the Google Drive. So that's how you have to, what you need to do is practice and see what will be best viewed. And you can open it up and have somebody on the other end say, you can practice with them, and so they can see if it's coming through. So
add in there, make sure you close anything you don't want people to see on your desktop, because they will, just because of Murphy's Law kind of thing. So make sure everything you don't want visible to be closed, pictures, files, your bank account information, anything like that.
Right.
It's important.
Right. And PowerPoint presentations, you don't want to have, you want to have it in, you can't open and do a share screen, not share screen, a video, a full video until you're actually in the shared screen. So we'll go through in a moment. So you're all familiar with the desktop, right, of the Zoom? So if you go down on the bottom, and I'm talking about from a laptop, I'm not sure if the iPad is at the same position, but in the bottom, you'll see a green button that says share screen. So does everybody see that? Okay. All right, so in that, you press on the button. Oops, Wendy, you need to share host with me. That's what you need to do to make sure that you can share a screen. You'd have to be host or co-host.
I have to figure out how to do that one.
Hey,
co-host, there it is. You should be co-host now.
Corinne is.
I'm the co-host.
Let me make you a co-host. Make co-host. I thought I'd clicked on you.
There you go. There you go.
Corinne, I'm going to leave you as a co-host anyway.
Okay, good.
But that's a Zoom glitch, guys, that you can end up doing.
All right, so in the share screen, when you click on it, you'll have a view that shows all your files that are open on your computer. So right now you can't see my screen, but if I go,
my screen, when I press the green button, it says host disabled attendee screen sharing?
Yeah. So what happens is usually only the host or the co-hosts are able to share a screen. And there's a little caret, an up caret or an up arrow. And we have the choice of one participant that can share at a time, and then multiple participants can share simultaneously. So right now it's just going to be one participant. So what I'm going to do,
before you do that, can you tell us how to get to sharing the hosting?
I'm sorry?
So
how do you share the hosting for a screen?
Why don't you share your screen so we can see
that's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
But
okay.
The only thing, it's weird because
while she's doing that, let me tell you two things. One, I'm on speaker view. So if you raise your hand physically, I can't see you. Under participants, there is a thing that says raise hand.
Mhm.
If you raise your hand there, I will see it. Okay, and because it'll bring you up to the top of the participants list and have a little green hand raised. Secondly, as the host, I have the choice of allowing participants to share their screen, all participants, or making somebody else co-host, and then they can share their screen. The danger of letting all participants share a screen is if a Zoom bomber does get in, they can also share their screen with whatever nasty stuff they want to give you, which is why it's preferable to allow a specific person to share screen, not all participants.
Well, number one, you don't want to have everybody sharing the screen. This is a present, when you're talking, there's only one person that should share a screen because they're the ones that are giving a presentation, or they're the ones talking or demonstrating on something. No one else should be sharing the screen.
But there is
the only way that you could be doing that would be if you're collaborating on something.
Mm-hmm.
So you're reviewing the document, you want to go back and forth. Corinne and I are editing this document. I'm going to do one, we'll share it. She'll be able to go in and make corrections also on it. So I actually thought, and forgive me because was working on this program last night. I thought I had some imagery in this document, and I don't. So that's not going to work. But anyway, in the bottom, so you're going to get share screen. So what happens, you'll have a window that shows all your files that are open. So you're going to pick the file that you want, and let's go. I'm going to do a PowerPoint presentation. So I click on it, and then I click on the bottom, share screen. So what comes up is this PowerPoint presentation. So when I was talking about earlier, you're actually seeing the working document. But in order to give the presentation, you want to go into the slideshow. So you press slideshow like you would ordinarily, and you have this whole slideshow, and you can work it just like you were doing your presentation in front of everybody in person. So while you're up, if I want to go and I want to change the screen, there is another button on the top that says new share. So if I go and say new share, I can go into, we'll say, the whiteboard. I hit share again, and I get the whiteboard. So do you see, has everyone seen what I'm coming up with? Do you see the whiteboard at all?
Yeah, we see the whiteboard.
But we don't see the thing that says new share.
Yeah, okay. Well, you can't because it's up for me.
Yeah, the
So-
problem is we really need a picture of your screen of what you're doing too, in order to.
I know, and
You can't really do that, Sheila, I don't think.
yeah, no, I
Can you take
can't.
a screenshot, Sheila, and share that? Maybe that would work. Like when you're into it, just take a screenshot of the whole screen and then put that on share.
Okay, hold on.
You think that would help?
Yeah,
It's the only thing I can think of.
I know.
Thank you all for being really patient. We're kind of figuring out how to do the presentations, and it's more complex than I ever thought it would be.
I know, right? Screenshot, okay.
And I see that when we're sharing, I didn't know this, then you can't see if somebody raises their hand. Is that right?
What,
I'd say,
in full screen. I went out of full screen and now I can see the participants
Okay.
raising their hand again. But
And one of the things that I learned doing presentations was when you're doing this and you're going to have people raising their hand, you need one person to be doing the presentation and somebody else to be monitoring.
very, very good point. And that's why there's, we try to do two co-hosts. So one person is looking at the chat, one person, you know, they can look into the waiting room, let the person come, you know, so you can let the people in. And if they come in not muted, you can mute them. Okay. Screen share. I mean, screen, I don't have the button on here.
Our sisterhood,
Are
we
you on-
had a
it's called
we had a
capture
Zoom
now.
we had a Zoom presentation the other day, and it was on cooking or baking, and our host, our speaker, used two cameras. She logged in twice into the system, into Zoom, so she could have one focused on her and one focused on where she was rolling out the dough and how she was filling it and so on. And that worked very well. And you could have any number of people log into your Zoom and have any number of cameras around. Our synagogue did that for services yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, screen print. I can't do that. Find it. I don't have it on this computer.
If you're on a Mac, it's called capture.
Yeah, I'm not on a Mac.
Okay, I don't know.
I'm
what
on a
it's
PC laptop.
Don't know what a PC calls it anymore.
Sometimes it says screen print.
Or
But
screen.
this one, yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, so you're in this, I got to get back into this. So like I said, you have the option for a whiteboard where you can draw on it, you can type on it, just different things. So that's what's with screen sharing, whiteboard. So, and in the top, there's a remote control. So for instance, let's go to Penny. Penny, why don't you try writing or doing something on the whiteboard? Can you see, do you see the, Penny, can you see the information on top? All right, Wendy, why don't you try it?
I was gonna unmute Penny, but okay. I have something now that says I can control Sheila Kaufman's screen.
There you go. Go ahead.
And I will type. Well, maybe I won't type. Okay. I am controlling Sheila's screen. And there we go. You have to double click, and that's interesting. I can't, oh, I moved off my box because I can't delete. I still can't delete. It's not that easy. There we go.
Yeah. So, I mean, basically you can take turns, and if someone else has a thought, you can go into remote control. You can, so Wendy, did you switch that over?
I did not switch it back. I don't know.
Okay. So I hear Susan Ben Rubin is requesting remote control because I got a message. So here you go, Sue.
Now I'm still able to share your screen. How would I undo that? Or you undo that?
Oops.
Well, if you're a co-host, I think that you can't necessarily tell the other co-hosts what you can and can't do. If it's a participant, you have control with that.
Yeah.
Anybody who's a host can, do whatever they would like with it. Someone else can't supersede that.
Huh, it's not letting me do anything. Let's see.
No, I think Wendy has control. No?
No, it says you are controlling Sheila Kaufman's screen, but I'm not able to bring up a text box or just kind of paint with it. It's
Okay.
interesting.
Clicked several times on the whiteboard before I got control, Susan.
Okay. I'm trying my right button and my left button. Neither one's working.
Okay, wait a minute. So that's me moving around. But I can't. Okay, whoops. Go ahead. I switched it over to the whiteboard.
There we go.
So I think you're erasing.
Am I erasing?
No, maybe you're drawing.
Trying to draw.
There you go.
Oh, here we go. Well, now I just got on yours, so let's see if that works.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, I can type. But I don't know how to draw. How would you draw?
Draw.
So there should be okay, hold on. Let me get. Do you see you should see I don't have the icons up on my thing anymore on my screen. Do you have them?
No, I do not.
There.
I don't. When I click on it, I've got a little arrow with a box
square.
around it.
Yeah.
But I think the only thing I can do is grab something that's already on the screen. I can't do anything new, it looks like.
Okay, hold on. Let me okay. Can you see the little toolbox now?
I cannot.
Okay. Click on whiteboard and you make it the on the top it says whiteboard.
No, I've got you are controlling Sheila Kaufman's screen, and then I've got view options. I've got zoom ratio, give up remote control, keyboard layout, annotate, and exit full screen.
Okay.
Okay, now I've got a pencil
All right, go
on
ahead.
there. But it's still not letting me do anything. Okay, I'm moving stuff around, but I'm not being able to get anything of my own.
All right, so let me get control back.
Okay.
Oops. Okay, so when you're sharing, and it's interesting. Okay, so now I can't see my chat board, but I got a notification on the top of the screen that I have a chat that came up. So what does annotate mean? It means you're making notes of things. So I actually changed the drawing here, or when I'm in whiteboard, if you double click on the whiteboard icon, you get the a toolbox that will tell you select, text, draw, stamp. So here's the stamp, eraser. But you can't, once you're in, when you're co-host. So when you have control of this, not when you have control of the screen, but when I switch over. So
Yeah, I don't think we can see the toolbox if we're
Yeah.
not a co-host.
Okay. Okay,
Because
so
we
this
don't
is,
even see the what you're saying where there's something that you click on for
yeah,
whiteboard.
I know.
We're not even seeing that.
I think they have to be able to share your screen to do that.
Right.
Yeah, it's not a true full screen share. It's just the presentations that are shared.
Right.
You don't see everything on the screen.
Somebody had asked if we could send the PDF. So I don't have everyone's email, but I can send it to Wendy and maybe she could distribute it that way so you can have that. Would that be helpful?
I'm working on getting you my email addresses.
Okay, because if you want to, I can send that along and then you can kind of see because it's broken up a little bit better on that.
Right. So sharing screen, you just, when you're with your meetings, if you have an agenda, you're going to list, you can have your agenda up there. So for instance, if Wendy's running the meeting, she'll have the agenda. She can make notes in front of everybody, typing on it, even if it's in Word. So it's a good tool. So.
Hey, Sheila, I have a thought. Can you pull up your document that talks about how to do it, that our script that we're going from, and share that screen as you're going? Because that has some of the.
Yeah, but it didn't have that much stuff in there. I mean, as far as information.
So exactly how do I share my
okay, so first of all, right off the bat,
the question, how do I share my Word document and type into it while I'm in screen share?
Okay, you start off with opening, before your meeting even begins, you open up all your documents that you wanted to display. So, and that's what I did. So this way, when I go into share screen, it has all the files listed.
Mm-hmm.
And so you double click on one, it opens up, and this is what you have. So this is a Word document. So I can add stuff right in front of you. And
I know that. I knew about screen.
Right. So it can be a working document. This goes into a little bit too much, but
so can I inject something? When Dana and I do the Isha every week, I log into Constant Contact and we're on Dana's, it's Dana's program for the Zoom call. So she lets me share the screen, then she's able to see the Constant Contact that I'm working on. But she can't work on it while I'm working on it, can she? Is there a way to do that?
Well, that's where you would, once you're in your share screen, and if you can share the remote, you can do the, up on top, there's a remote control button, and you can identify her. Like I put you down for remote control. So now you can start typing.
Okay.
I don't know if you can do it with Constant Contact, though. I used to do the Constant Contact for Florida region, and there are some issues with.
So it is letting me type.
Person doing it.
Yeah.
So let me put the period back in.
I can check that for you, though.
Okay.
Yeah, Constant Contact may not be the best thing to use, but it's possible, though.
Well, because I understand, so you're editing the same document with.
Yeah, we're creating the Isha every week, each
Let me
week.
find out about that.
Do it together.
It's an excellent question, and we should know that. Because I ran into that issue when I was working with the incoming person, and you had to keep signing in and out and in and out. It was a problem.
So let me just say, if to get your quick questions answered right away, you can go to zoom.us, zoom.us, and ask a question, and they'll come up with the answer too. So if this is something like, if you're working on a document at 10 o'clock at night, we're not available, you can do it yourself. It's like Googling, but just go to zoom.us and they'll have, it can help you out.
Yeah, there's a whole training on Zoom.
Yeah. Yep.
I've never taken it, but I understand it's there.
Sheila, could you go into breakout rooms and how you assign people to them?
Yes. Okay, so
before we leave the share screen, I wanted to ask a question and see if anybody else has had this issue, that people, when I share my screen, everybody disappears. So all I can see is my screen.
Right.
And so I have no idea if there are people who are raising their hand or trying to get my attention. And
well,
is that something you found as well?
Yeah, well, that's why it's good to have a co-host or somebody else that can, look at the chat and ask the questions along the way, because it's very cumbersome to do everything all at once. You really want someone to help you out. For instance, like last night, I was running this and my cantor said, Sheila, how about if I I make her co-host and she can mute the people and she can answer the chats for me. So I'm like, great, perfect. So you really want that.
If for some reason you need to do it yourself, you can do, somebody else, I forget, had suggested, you can have 2 different accounts on yours. I've done this. I teach 4-year-old sign language on Zoom these days. And so I sometimes have a teddy bear join us in a different room, and I set my iPhone up and they're facing the teddy bear after I've set up the account on my computer, and the kid is like, oh, Teddy, and they have to, spell that way. But that way you can have one of your like your iPad set up as a participant in the same room, and you can have your presentation on your screen. So that's possible to do.
Yeah.
So other people can view, even though you can't, as the person who's sharing, you can't see the participants. Everybody else is seeing each other. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Jennifer, the answer is you have to exit full screen. If you exit full screen, then you won't necessarily see the people, although I see you, but you will see a list of participants, and then you can have them do things like raise their hand on the participants list, and you'll know that they want to talk to you. Yeah. And I assume that it works for the host and the share screen.
Okay. Well, let me take it one step further, okay, or different, an alternative, we'll put it that way. So when you're in this share screen, up on top, you have almost the same buttons that you would have when in a regular mode. So you have the mute, you have the video stopping, you have participants, and the only thing I don't have is the chat. So, and then, so I can see all the participants. I can see who's muted and who's not. And then I can actually you can see people, if you do the grid view, I can't see everybody. Actually, I can open up to see everybody. You can't see what I can see, right? I see the grid, I have the participants, and I have the presentation. You can't see that, you only see the presentation.
No, I can see the participants, but they're not all there. You have to scroll through them.
No, okay, but that's on your screen.
Yeah, my screen.
Yeah.
I see the shared screen and I see the participants on the side.
But my screen, I have participants on the left side. I have a grid of 12 people on top of my presentation. That's not what you see, right?
So Sheila, can I ask one other question?
Yeah, but wait, let's stay with this.
I see 5. I see 5 participants, And and there's arrows, I can scroll down and see everybody if I scroll through.
Right.
But I can't see everybody at once.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm getting at. You
Yes.
can create things on your screen. What you're seeing is one side is the PowerPoint. You have a vertical line separating the PowerPoint or the screen share, and you have the people on the right side. And that you can create anything from, you can hide the people, you can have 4 people, you can have a speaker view.
If you move that vertical bar to the left, then it gives you more people on the right that you can see in your group.
Right. So you can actually move these pieces around on your computer.
Yeah, there's a little view button and it gives me a standard view, a side-by-side speaker, a side-by-side gallery.
Right.
So or the exit full screen. Yeah.
Right. And so with the view that you're seeing, you can shift, you can make that screen share smaller or bigger, and the people on the side will be smaller or bigger. So you can control that. Okay, I'm just giving you the presentation. I see what else. So now I'm back to I'm stop the sharing. So I interrupted you. Jennifer, what did you want to say?
No, I just wanted to ask, does it depend on the kind of Zoom account that you have? Because I know there's like different levels of Zoom accounts.
Yeah, it's just you're paying for it, but no, this is pretty simple. This is standard for all of them, except webinars, and that's a different ballgame.
Yes. Taylor, do you know if you have the basic, whether or not you have breakout rooms? I think you have to pay extra for those.
Right, breakout rooms.
Yeah, I don't have breakout rooms in mine.
Okay, so that might be for the ones that you pay for.
Yeah, I have 2 different accounts. I have one that's a not paid for account and one that is, and my breakout rooms are only in my paid for account.
Okay, all right, so then that's what it is.
I have a pay account, but I don't know how to do breakout. I don't know if I can do it or not on my.
Leave it. Leave it.
Okay. All right. So Corinne, do you want to do the breakout room?
I'm sorry, I'm getting somebody's not muted.
Okay. Do you want to start with the breakout rooms? Are
there
any other questions on this screen share or the share screen?
Yeah, and I sent you the email. So you should
I got the email and I'll send it out later. And if everybody could mute themselves again and then unmute themselves when they have a question so that there's no background noise while we're doing this.
Let me answer this one question. Is the whiteboard under the options? The whiteboard, once you're in the screen share, there's a toolbox on the top. No, when you open up your screen share and you want to select the file that you want, whiteboard is one of them. Okay.
Do you think it would help if we all got a shot to do a screen share?
Yeah, most definitely. So that would mean that Wendy would have to give people co-host opportunities. Should we do different things and then come back to the trying different? Wendy, you're muted.
I think we just did the screen share, so why don't we have people have a chance to do that since it's.
Yeah. And there is a way that says, at least on me, it says allow participants to screen. That's not opened. Okay, usually I can just allow everyone. So I'm going to have to make everybody a co-host. Okay, so let's go through this one.
Well, you can. In your thing, it says who can share, and you can say all participants.
Yeah, it says allow participants to, and screen share is not clickable. Interesting.
You know what? They have the admin has locked your screen sharing. It's
I
because
think so. I can only allow.
Women's League. You can't modify it, but
Yeah, Women's League has done that.
Okay, so maybe you can give people different co-host capabilities.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is I'm going to go to gallery view, full, and if people would like to try screen sharing, can you put up your hand? Okay, I see Judith and Jennifer. So I saw Jennifer
and Dana.
I saw Judith first. So let me allow Judith to screen share. And it's going to be here, make a co-host. Okay, Judith, you are a co-host for a moment. So you can screen share something that you'd like to screen share.
So she's going to have to exit full screen to be able to get to her screen because she doesn't have what she has to open what she wants to share, right?
Right.
You have to go down to screen share or up, depending on whether she's on a Mac or a PC, and click on the green arrow that says screen share. By the way, you're muted, Judith.
Okay, I'm there now. I'm clicking on whiteboard.
Okay.
And then I have to hit share on that.
Yes.
And then, no. System prep. No, then I hit, okay, no, that didn't, that got, all that got me is my own picture.
Okay, then ends and then
After I hit whiteboard, what do I hit?
You can either double click or hit share.
Okay. But then it says open system preferences.
If you hit share,
that's what it, yeah. It's
system preferences is your computer. I can't help you with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't come up. Well, it's.
Do you have it actually? Why don't you try? Do you have any other files open on your computer?
No, not really at the moment. Let me see. No, you better. Let me see if I, have somebody else. Have someone else go to someone else, and I'll just open a file and try it after in a few minutes.
Okay. I'm going to make Jennifer a co-host because she had her hand up.
Thank you. Let's see. I'm going to, okay. So do you guys see anything when I do that?
No.
All right.
So you're hitting the share screen. There you go.
Yeah. So
now we see your email.
So you see the actual email account, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't want to show that. So let me see.
Macy's has a sale according to your email.
All right.
Surprise! Macy's has a sale.
Okay. There's the whiteboard. Got it. Okay, so here's the whiteboard. So I can see that once you have the whiteboard, then you can do all kinds of things. And undo that. You can put in a format and make it a different color. I got it. Got it. Thank you.
Okay.
And I can see you. And I see that there's a place for 4. I can make it bigger. Got it. Thank you for letting me do that. And that makes sense.
Okay.
Stop share. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, I'm going to unco-host you then.
That's fine.
And Dana, you have co-host permission. But you need to unmute.
Okay, let me go back here.
Now, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, draw. Okay. Okay, fun.
I I know. It's just a matter of knowing that you can do it.
Yeah.
And then it's playing around once you're in it. What I tend to do is go into the Zoom account by myself and I putz around.
Okay. Oh, I never knew I could do that.
Yeah.
You can do that for things like whiteboard, but unless you have people, it's really hard to do the breakout, practice the breakout rooms.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Room.
But at least you get a you can play around with the buttons and see what's around and such. So
Yeah.
Who else wants to?
Judith, do you?
Okay, let me try it again. I don't know why it didn't.
Okay, and then I saw Susan Ben Ruman has her hand up.
And Sheila.
Okay. So when I click on whiteboard, there's something that comes up. Well, first of all, at the top of the screen, it's something basic, advanced, or files. Do I need to hit one to change that setting?
You can do basic.
Because I don't see my whiteboard coming up at all.
Okay, why don't you stop and then go back in again.
It's just not working for me. I don't know what's going on, but.
Okay, let me see something.
Okay, forget it, Wendy.
Yeah, I'm in basic and I was able to look at everything.
Because when I click on screen share, the desktop comes up, whiteboard, iPhone, mail.
Right, so did you double click on whiteboard?
Yeah.
And then what do you get?
And the only thing that comes up is it says allow Zoom to share your screen.
Yeah.
And click on that.
I know, but there's no, the only thing that happens is it says open system preferences.
So
And
you've got some security thing in your system preferences set up that's not letting you do it and it wants you to change it.
Yeah.
Well, let me try that.
We're going to move on while you play with that.
Go ahead, forget it.
Okay. Susan?
Yeah.
What did you wanted to do something? You're co-hosting.
I'm co-hosting. Okay, great. I need to share my screen and make sure it's going to work because I am going to be training. Screen 2, share. Okay, do you guys see my screen?
Yep.
We do.
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay.
And now you go into, yep.
Let me see if I go into slideshow mode, what happens. There we go. Is it in slideshow mode?
Yes.
I don't know. We see a slide. We don't see your slide thing. Unless you click your slideshow, I won't know.
Okay,
no,
so
yep.
This is perfect. It's
excellent.
What you want to see. If everyone else is only seeing one person or nothing, or no one, or maybe 5, it's because of your view.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, I have I'm sitting at my work desk, so I have 3 screens, so I can see.
I was wondering why you're looking up in 2 different directions.
Yeah, so I have 3 screens, 2 up and 1 down.
So Sheila, you're also a co-host. Sheila Ramalis, you can unmute yourself and do something.
Okay, I wanted to get that whiteboard, but
Okay.
I have to press share screen first.
Correct.
Yes.
Oh, I see. But I've pressed whiteboard and
You have to double click, or you click on it once and hit the share button.
no, that didn't work.
So make sure that you are hitting that share your screen.
I hit that first and then the whiteboard?
Well, you
Yeah.
can, you want to hit the share screen on the bottom.
Uh-huh. And
Okay.
then it says open system preferences.
Oh, another one.
Russ is doing what mine did, and
Yeah.
I don't understand why.
Okay.
Yeah, mine worked. So I don't know. I'm gonna stop my share. I just wanted to see if this was a problem with the Zoom link.
Yeah.
At least it's working on the Macs. The ladies who,
I'm on a Mac.
Mine's a Mac.
okay,
And mine says, allow Zoom to share your screen.
All right.
So I
Corinne, you
press
need to
share,
help.
and then it says open systems preferences,
Yeah, mine is,
and then it goes away.
that's the problem I was having, Sheila, and I don't know why it's doing that.
I don't know why mine's doing that either.
Corinne,
there's gotta
are
be
you on a
something
Mac?
in your system
Yeah,
preference.
mine's a Mac.
Okay,
There's
Corinne.
something set up in your system preferences that will not allow you to share.
Oh,
And I don't know what it is. And it's a security thing so that people can't see your screen, that
oh,
someone
I see.
has clicked it on. So you might try just share screen and see if you can show things on your screen, but let's move on and we'll do that at the end of the meeting with you ladies.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Was there anybody else that wanted to play? Otherwise, I'd really like us to move on.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to one
Breakout.
of the other advanced options. I need training in how to do the breakout rooms, but there may be other things the ladies want to see. And I think we need that for spring. We may need that for spring conference, which is why I'm
Okay.
pushing to learn it.
Well, as far as spring conference, Corinne and I are going to be focusing on that this upcoming month. So,
So we can try it out in advance and make sure we have it down.
yeah.
Okay, so there are other advanced things that.
But you still want breakout rooms anyway, because you want to practice anyway. So Corinne, you want to go with that?
Yeah, so actually I've just learned something, and that is the admin needs to give us more control over what we do, because I'm having trouble going into the breakout rooms because the admin has said otherwise.
Oh, well, I guess we're not doing that today. Let me
Yeah.
see.
I don't know if you can do it, but I'm not.
I'm gonna
I've
see.
been trying to get into it, and you have to set it up that way, and it won't allow me.
Well, we could probably walk it through and have Wendy do it as we walk her through it.
Okay, I clicked on breakout rooms. It says create 2 breakout rooms, assign automatically, assign manually, and let participants choose room.
So you have some options of different things. It's kind of like if you've gone to convention, you know how they have the tables for meals, and you randomly get selected to go to a different table. So that's one of the options. That's sometimes nice, because otherwise, if you have people choose who they want to be with, then you don't meet other people. You get different ideas, that kind of thing. So you can choose how you want it to break up. So, and that's up to whoever's setting it up.
So if I were to say assign manually, what happens?
So you would choose who goes into which room.
Ah, okay.
You should be able to.
So if you know of all your participants that are coming, you can set it up before the meeting.
How do I do that?
They would have to, they would sign up with, how you can register for a meeting. So that would be in that kind of situation.
Manually put them in?
Yes.
Okay.
Into a breakout room.
It would be in your account management file and account settings. So you can navigate through that. That would help you.
Okay.
But let's, at this point, why don't we just do
so that's like with the conference, or how you have the president's meeting, and then you also have something for a Torah fund and so forth. So that way, when you say we're going to go to our breakout meetings, you click the button after you've put those people in those different rooms, and then they would go to the right room. So that's where that would be useful. That makes sense?
I'm not playing with it. I'm not seeing it. Let me close all rooms and try it again. So the information that I see here is, because there's 18 of us, I've got 2 breakout rooms. I can assign automatically, which means they put randomly 9 participants per room. I can assign manually, or I
So
can let,
click on manual.
okay, and I'm going to recreate. And now I've got room 1 and 2. And with everybody in here, I can just click on names and assign them to
Yeah.
room.
Why don't you do that? Why don't you send us to a breakout room?
Okay.
For 1 minute. You better put me in a nice room.
Have in here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Maureen, I hope you're in my room. I can be pretty savage.
Okay, that's it.
Don't let my dogs in. Be careful.
Now okay, now I need to assign room 2. I'm not sure I'm in any room, but okay. I'm how do I tell it?
You are the host, so you can go from room to room.
Okay.
You have your own responsibilities.
How do I tell it how long? I don't see anything here. It says open all rooms. And
okay, after you create,
you sent us you sent an invitation just now, so we can go to a breakout room.
Right.
All right. So should we do that?
Yeah, let's go to our room. Go to your room.
Bye, ladies. Does this mean I'm in a breakout room, or does this mean that other people didn't come in? Penny, are you assigned? There you go. And Emily, you're not in a room.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, on my screen, I have my name in the black box next to you.
Oh, I see.
So does that mean there's just 2 of us in a room?
Apparently, we're in a 3rd room, which makes no sense at all. I'm going to move you to, it lets me move you, and I'm going to move you to room 1. No, I want to move you to room 2, if I can figure out how to do that. I'm going to move you to room 1. Goodbye. And it's just me. Except they didn't move you.
No, I'm still here. We're having a good time.
This is very interesting. Well, it lets me ask the ladies what's going on. It says not joined. So you need to click on something that says join the room, Emily.
Okay, join breakout room.
Yep, and that will move you. There you go. Now I'm all by myself.
okay.
We're back.
We're back.
Well, the problem I discovered was there was no way to put me in a breakout room.
So you can't join it.
I couldn't join you. My name was not in the list.
Oh, you couldn't automatically enter anywhere.
Nothing that let me enter.
Oh,
That's
So-
interesting.
Yeah, but you know, Sheila went from room to room.
Yeah.
Sheila
Yeah.
Kaufman.
You should be able to.
You
Right.
should have been able to also.
Right.
You see.
And I think
My name wasn't in the list as host.
Your
So
name was gone.
my name is in the list of participants, but
Because
my
you can-
list of people to put in rooms, my name wasn't there
yeah, because you're there.
because I'm the host.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, I'm just checking something.
Yeah, me too. So,
Sheila, I have a question for you on if the record button, will that only work for the host?
I believe the answer
yes,
is
but
Mine's recording.
yeah, you will see it because we're recording this, the whole
you're
thing.
recording it and it's telling you that you're being recorded.
Right. Okay, so I have an answer. It says by default, only the host can assign participants. The co-host can leave and join any breakout room only if they join a breakout room assigned by the host. But so the host can choose to allow participants to go to their own room, but it has to be done in the meeting by the host. So as a host, it says you have your own job basically. But if you make a co-host, that person can go back and forth.
Yeah, and that's what I did. Since both Corinne and I were in the same room, I figured I'd go to the other room.
We already know each other. We've shared rooms before.
Yeah. No, but it was more of answering questions and so.
And Sheila, I don't know what happened with yours when you disappeared.
Well, what happens is if you go on the bottom, if you're a co-host, like I was a co-host, if there's a breakout room on the bottom, you click on it and you see the two rooms that are with the people in it.
Oh, Sheila.
If
Sheila.
I'm in, I was in.
Sorry, there's two Sheilas. I'm talking to the other Sheila.
You mean me?
Sorry. Yes. She disappeared for a while before we did breakouts. Yeah. I'm sorry. So she wasn't sure why she wasn't on the Zoom at all.
I was completely gone, and all I had on my screen was the word Zoom.
Weird.
It may have,
This happened just before you did the breakout rooms. I suddenly got lost.
You may have the connection may not have been good on your internet.
Okay.
Yeah, but then she got the invitation to go to her room, so she came to her room.
So it just continued on.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you're in this room now.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I forgot there are multiple Sheilas.
Me too.
Okay. Is there anything else that we want to ask Sheila and Corinne to show us? I will play breakout room with my husband, I think, to try and figure out, maybe I need to make myself a co-host while we're in the breakout rooms. And I don't want to take time to do that now.
Well, I think you could also do what we talked about with having you have a main computer and then having a tablet or whatever, and having that as a participant.
Could be. That's an
making that participant a co-host, and you can jump around.
Yep. Colleen, I saw your hand.
You guys had talked about polling. Are we going to still do that?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Polling. It's easy. So again, polling should be done prior to the meeting so that it saves time, basically. So polling is, asking questions. So you want to have a vote on the floor, whether you want to give money to the synagogue for a project, for Project A. So you want to, let's see.
Where do you put that?
I am not a host, so I don't have that either. That would be on the bottom. So Wendy, do you have polling on the bottom?
Oh, wait a minute, let's look under more. I clicked on more, what do I get? Custom live streaming, YouTube, live on Facebook. Nope.
No.
I have polling on the bottom. Let me check security. Nope. Share.
All right. Should try this. Do you have your own account?
I do.
Do you have to pay for yours?
I do, but it's the basic one that just lets me have 100 people, and I didn't pay extra for breakout rooms.
Oh, so you have a free account.
I'm paying $149 a year for unlimited time. And
okay, so you have polling in there. Yours definitely have polling. So what happens is you have to go as an administrator. You go into your settings, and you have to select polling, and you turn the polling button on. Okay. I'm not sure if it's on the free. It may be on the free. But so do you understand what I'm saying? When you go into your settings, you go in.
Yeah, I do.
Setting up the meeting.
And I will try it before after we get off.
Okay, so let me, so I'll tell you about this. So you go into your account settings, you go to the polling option, and you turn it on. Actually.
So I'm in my my husband's at paid account, and it doesn't have polling. I
No,
don't see polling.
You're not the host of the meeting.
Yeah, I'm logged in as him into my husband's account on my iPad.
Yes, but you're
not the host of this meeting.
No, but I mean in this account of his, I don't see polling as an option.
Are you on a separate device?
Yeah. I'm on my iPad. I just logged in and started a meeting on his account.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't see
it's before
polling.
it's before starting a meeting.
Oh, it's before you start the meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to sign into the web portal as an admin with the privilege to edit account settings. So they need to do this over, Razel needs to do this. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah, I don't see polling in the.
Yeah, because then you would have the option, and then the host is the only one that can set up the polling. Just so you know, even if you have a co-host, the co-host does not have that ability. If the host gives the co-host, it leaves the meeting and gives the co-host control of the meeting, the co-host still can't set up any new polls. They can only do ones that the host has set up.
So do I need to create a meeting and then polling will show up?
If it's through the Women's League one, though, we need to tell Razel that needs to be allowed because that's not on there. So you guys are making history. You're changing like how it works. So we appreciate it because we didn't know that wasn't enabled.
I have a question. How would polling be different from asking everyone to raise your hand on the participant list?
If you have a small group, easy squeezy, you can do it, visually. But if you have, like my board of trustees in my synagogue, we do polling. And it's just, and you can actually see the results coming up on how people voted, but not who voted how. So if you have more than, a screen, it's probably a lot easier to do a poll.
And that is in the administrator needs to put that in before they set up the account. So they need to change it in their settings to allow polling.
Yeah.
No, their account would be set up, but when they're setting up the meetings, before they set up a meeting, they have to say that. Also, with polling, you can choose more than one option, which is nice. So if you're trying to figure out when your next meeting is going to be, you can have 4 choices, maybe next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday at noon. And then you can have people select which ones they can attend. And then you can, you get like a spreadsheet kind of thing of how many people can come and who can come to which. We do that for our meetings when we're having it. And it takes some doing because everyone has a different schedule. So it's kind of nice to not have to keep going back to people and re-voting on, okay, well, this doesn't work, that doesn't. You have it in one shot. So it's nice.
So in other words, when you're creating the poll, you have the question, and then you can give the answers, to choose from the A, B, C, or D questions, answers. And then you can add a second question, a third question, same type of thing. So you can add as many questions as you want, and then you post it. And people can answer them all at the same time, or you can do it one at a time.
You can only have up to 25 in a session, by the way, so no more than 25 polls in one time.
You mean 25 pollees or 25 questions?
25 polls in one meeting, so it's a lot of polls. I'm kidding around.
You'll never have that many.
You have a maximum of 25.
Okay.
So if you keep doing another poll, then, if you have lots of different things, if you have 30, you would need to set up another Zoom meeting for it.
And it gives you so many, it counts down how much time you have to answer the questions. So,
Okay.
Which is kind of nice because sometimes people don't answer and you want them to answer. And so it sends a message that says, hey, this is how much time you have because we have to move on. Otherwise, you're waiting and waiting. It's like, okay, we have 30 seconds left. Make your choices. So it's kind of nice in that way.
Okay.
So,
Any other questions for Sheila or Corinne? Okay. Ladies, thank you.
you're welcome.
This has been very helpful, including finding some, glitches, like the fact I couldn't get into a breakout room. And I know that hosts were coming into the breakout rooms, and some things I went to, so I got to go play with it and figure out how you do that.
Okay.
Well, I just went to the Zoom help site itself, and it says the host cannot do it. So I think that those people were set up with an admin computer, probably. That's my guess.
Corinne, why don't you put your email address up in the chat?
Yeah.
Mine is there. So you can reach out to us anytime.
And actually, I'm one of those people that's usually up at 2 in the morning, so that'll be normal time for you all.
So for those of you who don't know, down in the bottom of your chat, there's a square with 3 little dots. If you press on that, one of the options is save chat. That way you can save their addresses to your clipboard and get.
Sorry.
It'll save everything else in the chat. Up to what's been done now. If you want something else later, you'll have to save chat again.
Wow. That's really good to know.
Let me, do you know about spotlighting and pinning?
Oh, no. Why don't you quickly cover that?
Okay, this is a good thing to know. So you're giving a presentation and you want, I'm speaking. I want everybody to see me. Yesterday, I forgot all about this. So, so you got to see everybody, and which is fine. It's very fine. But if you go into, onto your video screen, in the top right corner, you see mute, and there are three dots. So I press on the 3 dots, and you have mute my audio, stop video, rename, and then I can pin my picture or I can spotlight for everyone. So here I'm spotlighting me for everyone. So I become the person, I'm the one talking. And there you go. To get out of it, exit full screen, I go back, I remove my spotlight video. So now it's shared. So with pin, it just means somebody else can be talking, but you're only seeing me. So someone else talks.
What does the spotlighting do?
Yeah.
What does the spotlighting do?
Spotlighting, to me, I think it's almost the same thing. It's making the speaker, and you can determine if Corinne is talking.
Okay, I'm talking now.
Okay, hold on. I want to get out of my.
Well, we did this. I was at my nephew's bar mitzvah, and there was a problem in that their video was not going correctly, and it somehow made my daughter the host, and she was not even there. She pinned the video, so everyone was watching her screen, and she had the video playing, even though we were hearing them. It was really funny. And they had no idea because it was a Thursday morning, and they were doing the bar mitzvah in the yard. But it was really helpful, and she just kind of knew what to do. Thankfully, it was my daughter who was randomly the host.
So the different, if I understand the difference.
So this is something only the host can do then?
Yeah, yep.
Does it have
and the co-host?
The admin or one of the hosts? What's the difference?
Okay, so right now I believe I have Corinne as a pin, and I can see everybody on top, at least on my computer.
Anyone can pin somebody, and then you get to see them in big and everyone else is small. I was watching a bat mitzvah, so I pinned the girl, and so you can see her big.
Right, right.
Where do you find pin?
Okay, so that's, you have the three little, if you hover over your a video box, you see 3 dots.
It's
in
an
the top
arrow.
right corner in a blue thing.
Yeah, on the Mac, it's an arrow.
Video box in my top right corner. I have a video in the bottom.
Yeah, then there's a little arrow. Click on the arrow.
I did, and there's nothing, and then I have to go to video.
Then go to video settings.
Right, and there's nothing in my settings that says pin.
Pin.
Okay.
No, I have a Mac. So are you hovering over your individual picture?
No.
Yeah, hover over your picture.
Wait a minute. In the Mac, not in video settings.
No, just go right over your picture. Put your cursor over your picture.
And then there's 3 little dots. Okay.
And then click on the 3 little dots. Oh, sorry.
Right. There is where it says pin.
You see where it is there?
So under pin, do you see spotlight for everyone? Okay, so then you can hit spotlight for everyone, and
you can pick who you want to see.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to know.
That's a new thing I learned today. Thank you.
So that's the difference between that and being in speaker view, is if you've pinned if you're in speaker view, anytime somebody starts speaking, it changes.
Right.
But if you're in, you can pin somebody and they'll stay up.
Right.
No matter who's speaking. Okay, good. That's good to know.
Yeah, that's good, because I was at a baking thing the other day and she was demonstrating stuff, and then every time somebody talked, you'd lose her view.
Yeah.
She's trying to show you something. Wait a minute, what did you just do? So then somebody told me about pin, but I never did figure it out. Now I got it. And I guess it's on the pad too. I'll have to look on the pad for it.
Recording.
And you know, I have another thought that you guys have given to me. You know, I teach the Zoom to these kids, and when I have the cloud recording, I can't, there's a transcript that comes up, but the transcript is not helpful if you're not talking and you're signing. So you can make a recording different ways. You can either, and you may want to check if you want to look back at a recording for someone who's missed, you could either send the transcript, and you could ask Women's League to send that copy, or you can have them send like the whole view of everybody who's on the meeting, or there's different options. So I end up with a side-by-side that I save because I want to see what the children have done before, if I miss something or I can help them. So when you're asking for the transcript and you look at it, you'll have 4 different options, and just make sure you pick one that works for you, not necessarily just the transcript.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. One thing that I find useful is under those 3 buttons, there's something called stop video. So if there's something going on in your house during a meeting, like you have a brand new 70-pound dog that is putting everything he sees in his mouth, and you don't want anybody to see that, all you do is stop video, and it shows up with your picture that you loaded on Zoom, and then you can go back to start video when you're back at your desk and you're not chasing the dog.
Or you can put up a background screen.
Yeah.
Then they only see me, but then it makes you look weird because every time you move, it floats around. It's weird.
Yeah, and then if you're on a Mac, in the lower left-hand side, you've got some of your screen, you've got something that says mute, and you've got that looks like a mic, and a camera that says stop video. And it also has a caret that gives you, if you go to video settings, you can have it touch up my appearance, it does adjust for low light.
And mirror your image.
Yes, but I think that's if you're using 2 screens, but I don't know for sure. I'm not going
to. No, the mirror is so that you either look, so I'm on not mirrored right now. So when I see that my shoulder is down, it's the wrong side. But if I put it on mirror, then it's the same side that I'm looking at. It's like looking in a mirror.
Okay.
So, what about that?
Yeah.
What did I do?
Okay.
I don't know. We're all watching you though.
I don't know what I did. What do I hit?
What are you looking at?
In?
No, and you're trying to do the mirror?
No, I was trying to
you
get
turned
rid
off your
of
camera.
the menu.
You
it
did. You
had
turned off
under
your
the
camera.
3 dots.
You did stop video. Instead of hitting the arrow, you hit the camera. There you go.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's Emily talking.
Yeah.
No,
How do I
it's
get my
Emily.
big face off of here?
Go up to the right.
Stop
Go up to the
video.
right and look at where it says what view. All the way up the right of
Oh,
the
okay.
screen. This probably says speaker view right now.
Yeah, go back to gallery.
Yes.
Oh, I feel much better. Yes, thank you.
There you go. It's a little disconcerting because you're like, whoa.
I know there's also supposed to be a way to change the size of the chat so that it's either smaller or bigger depending on what you need. But I don't remember how to do that.
I know what you're saying. I remember learning that mine is big. So I
You can
don't really
stretch it.
remember what I did though.
You can just grab it by the corner and stretch it. You know, open the chat box and then just stretch it to make it bigger. And you can move it around.
No, but the
At the
actual
top, there's an arrow on the left side. It says close, minimize, or pop out.
I'm sorry, I missed, what was the question? I was typing.
Size of the chat.
The size of the chat? Yeah, you can, if you go across, if your chat is open, you can make it wider by hovering over the line that separates your gallery view and your chat. And then you can move it to the left or to the right.
Yeah.
But then there's supposed to be also a way to make the words smaller or bigger.
Yeah, the font change.
Oh, the font bigger.
Right.
That's a good question.
I don't know.
So I have my font changed on my whole screen, so everything's bigger because I can't see it.
I think you need to go to your settings in the beginning.
Auto setting. Oh, audio setting.
No, be outside of the
Well, you can.
Well, there's supposed to be a way to do it right with what shows up on the screen. And I know it's a caret, but I don't remember what I did.
It's under settings.
You know, I have another question. When you save the chat, where will it show up?
Thank you.
It's
I was just in it. It says show in folder.
What?
It goes into in my computer, it goes into my documents, and I have a Zoom folder, and it creates a file there.
I see. Okay.
So it acts like a download?
Yes.
So mine,
it's a text download.
It says show in Finder. And then you can go to your Finder and find the
find the chat.
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
I would look in your My Documents on your computer.
Okay, so it says the chat display size. You have to adjust the font size for in-meeting and instant meeting chats. So that's like at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I must have done that a long time ago.
Yeah. No, I don't remember it being in this.
Yeah. I'll try to find a good way to do that. Can I just send the questions that I've had? I'm going to send the info to Wendy, and maybe she can disperse it to you all. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, thank you.
I have some really good questions people asked, and I will
do
my best to find answers for you all. And if you have others, we put our emails up there, so please feel free to send it. Just say where you're from, otherwise I'll be like, wow, who is this person?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Remind me to send it to I can send it to you if you send it directly, or I can send to Wendy, whichever. But thank you for asking these questions. It's good to know. So,
all right.
Chats.
Anything else before we head on out? You can continue on with your meeting. I think we went over a bit.
No, it's 1:30, and I think that's exactly when we were supposed to stop.
Okay, good.
Yep, this is when we have our bio break, everybody.
A lot of good demonstrations. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you all for your patience, and
Yeah,
it's a
thank
pleasure
you.
meeting all of you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Right.
Thank you
Bye.
very, very much. This was great.
Okay, all right. So long, everyone.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
So we've got 10 minutes for a bio break. So grab a cup of coffee, something to eat, use the restroom, and then we'll start up again with the regular meeting. I
So do
know.
we just leave the Zoom going right now?
We have the Zoom solid until 5 p.m. tonight for as much as we need of it. I don't think we'll go that late, but
Okay.
we've got it until then. So just leave it. If you don't want people to see what's going on and what you're doing, then stop your video.
Do you want to stop the recording?
Yes, I don't, unless you want me to record the board meeting.
I don't think we need to.